The internet is on fire right now. Fans are in complete shock. Group chats are messy, and the rap world is split straight down the middle. After months of silence, rumors, and back and forths, Kendrick Lamar has officially snatched the crown back from Drake's thanks to his explosive new track, Luther. Within hours of its release, timelines flooded with reactions. Some fans declared it the return of a king. Others accused Kendrick of plotting this move for years, and Drake's supporters, they're scrambling to defend their guy. But here's where it gets wild behind the scenes. Whispers are saying Luther wasn't just a song. It was a direct shot, a carefully timed strike aimed at dismantling Drake's dominance and reclaiming the Dave throne. Sources close to the camp's claim emotions ran high during the rollout. He knew this was going to shake the game, one insider said. And shake it. Industry executives, fellow rappers, and even celebrities are picking sides in what's quickly becoming the most heated hip-hop drama of the year. But what really happened between Kendrick and Drake? And how did Luther flip the entire rap game upside down overnight? Stay locked in, because we're about to break down every twist, turn, and betrayal behind this shocking takeover. It all started like a regular Friday. But by midnight, the entire internet was losing its mind. Kendrick Lamar had dropped a surprise track titled Luther, and in just a few hours, it was everywhere. Fans rushed to Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, flooding the comments with reactions like this: "Is the return of the king and Drake better respond fast?" The rap community hadn't seen this kind of digital explosion since the infamous beefs of the early 2010s. But this time, it felt even bigger. For months, Kendrick had been silent. Some people even joked that he was retired, too busy with family life and quiet moves to care about the crown anymore. Meanwhile, Drake was still dropping hits, keeping his face everywhere, reminding everyone he was still the #1 guy in the game. The balance felt stable, like Drake had the throne locked down. But Luther changed everything in one night. The first verse alone was enough to send shockwaves. Kendrick rapped about loyalty, betrayal, and industry games in a way that fans swore sounded like subliminals aimed directly at Drake. "You can buy the charts, but you can't buy the soul," he spat in one line. And fans instantly clipped it, posting side-by-side comparisons to Drake's rumored use of playlisting and industry backing. Twitter threads went wild, thousands of likes and retweets, all pointing at Kendrick, reclaiming what they felt was his rightful position behind the scenes. Insiders claimed Kendrick had been sitting on Luther for months, waiting for the perfect time to release it. One source close to Teed allegedly told a blog he wanted to drop this when Drake least expected it. He wanted maximum impact. Whether or not that was true, the effect was undeniable. The song shot to #1 on the charts within 24 hours. Breaking streaming records Kendrick hadn't touched since Damn. Emotions ran high, not just online, but in the industry itself. Producers, engineers, and even rival rappers weighed in. One Atlanta producer tweeted, "When I heard Luther, I knew the game shifted. This ain't just music. This is a takeover." Others were less impressed, defending Drake and calling Kendrick's track overhyped. But the loudest voices came from the fans, who started pushing hashtags like #KendrickBack and #DrakeDethroned. At a barbershop in Chicago, captured on a viral Instagram Live, a heated debate broke out among fans. One man shouted, "Drake been running this game for a decade. One song don't change that." Another shot back, "But this ain't just one song. This is Kendrick reminding everybody who really the king." The clip was reposted thousands of times, showing just how much the streets were invested in this drama. Then came the celebrity reactions. LeBron James posted a cryptic tweet. "Wow. Just wow." Fans immediately tied it to Luther, since LeBron has a history of co-signing hip-hop moments. Another post came from Rihanna's fan accounts, showing her liking a tweet that read, "Kendrick really snatched the crown tonight, even though it wasn't a direct confirmation." That one like set Stan Twitter on fire. Rihanna chose a side, one fan wrote. As replies stacked up with memes and gifs of Drake looking betrayed, what added even more spice was the rumor that Drake himself had been in the studio the very same night Luther dropped. According to one Toronto insider, Drake's team immediately called an emergency session, blasting Luther on repeat, trying to figure out how to respond. He was pacing back and forth, tight, the insider claimed. He kept saying, "He waited for me to slip. That's what this is." Whether or not that exact quote was true, it painted a vivid picture of just how deep the rivalry had cut. But here's the twist that nobody expected. A few hours after Luther dropped, screenshots started circulating of alleged DMs between a Kendrick associate and a journalist. In the messages, the associate hinted that Luther wasn't just about music. Was payback? He'd been sitting on this for years. Trust me. Drake crossed a line. The DM read. The message was quickly deleted, but once again, the internet had already grabbed screenshots. Dissecting every word. Fans took it as confirmation that something personal had sparked this track. Was it about a business deal gone wrong? A feature Kendrick turned down? Or even whispers of behind-the-scenes shade that Drake had allegedly thrown? Nobody knew for sure, but the mystery only fueled the fire. Emotions also spilled into live events. In Los Angeles, Kendrick showed up at a surprise pop-up concert just days after the drop, and the crowd erupted into chants of Luther. Luther! Luther! Midway through the show, Kendrick paused and said, "The crown belongs to the people, not the corporations." The crowd went insane, phones in the air, and clips of the moment became instant viral content. Drake's fans, however, were not backing down. OVO supporters flooded comment sections defending him, saying Kendrick's track was overrated and nothing compared to Drake's catalog of hits. "One song won't erase 10 summers," one fan wrote under a viral YouTube comment. Yet the overwhelming narrative online leaned in Kendrick's favor. The industry was officially split. Families of fans even argued at home. One TikTok clip showed two brothers nearly fighting over who was number one now, with their mom screaming in the background, "It's just music." But for fans, it wasn't just music. It was about identity, loyalty, and pride. And just when it seemed like the frenzy might calm down, another twist emerged. Bloggers began reporting that a music video for Luther was already shot weeks ago and contained scenes that Drake would not like. Whispers suggested the visuals featured subtle references to Drake's scandals, his rumored ghostwriters, and even a symbolic shot of a crown falling into water. The leaks about the video reignited the buzz, pushing anticipation to a boiling point by the end of that weekend. It was undeniable. Kendrick had shaken the throne. Drake's reign was in question, and the rap game had been flipped upside down. The question now was, how would Drake respond? Because if he stayed silent, fans would declare the war already won. And if he clapped back, it could turn into the biggest rap battle of the decade. The stage was set, the drama was alive, and the world was waiting for the next move. Drake's silence after the release of Luther lasted barely 48 hours. But those 2 days felt like an eternity in the rap world. Memes flooded social media, painting him as dethroned, caught off guard. And even running scared OVO fans defended him fiercely. But the sheer volume of noise in Kendrick's favor made it clear something had shifted. And then, whispers began leaking out from Toronto. Drake was ready to fire back. One Toronto blogger claimed that Drake immediately booked round-the-clock studio sessions. "He wasn't sleeping, barely eating," the blogger wrote. "He had Luther on repeat, analyzing every line like it was a chess move. He was heated, bro." Insiders painted a picture of a man pacing the studio floors, debating whether to go subtle or to unleash a full-on diss. One engineer allegedly overheard Drake mutter, "He really thinks he can take the crown from me. We'll see about that." Meanwhile, the internet was buzzing with speculation. Fans debated what a Drake response would even sound like. Some imagined him going back to the raw hunger of his, "If you're reading this era," while others believed he'd choose slick subliminals, letting his sales and streams speak louder than words. But what shocked everyone was when rumors of a leaked Drake verse started to circulate on Reddit. The verse, which was supposedly played at a private OVO afterparty, contained a line that fans quickly tied to Kendrick. "You waited years to speak, but I've been feeding the globe. Crown don't move just because you drop one note, whether real or not." The leak gave OVO fans ammunition, and they wasted no time blasting it across social media. "Drake about to end this," one fan tweeted, sparking a fresh wave of debate. Kendrick's camp, however, wasn't staying quiet either. A journalist claimed that one of Kendrick's longtime producers hinted there were multiple tracks ready to go. "This ain't just a single," the producer allegedly said. Kendrick prepared for a whole war. That statement sent shockwaves across hip-hop blogs, with fans now wondering if Luther was just the beginning of a carefully crafted campaign. As emotions ran high, celebrities jumped deeper into the chaos. Cardi B went live on Instagram, refusing to pick sides but laughing at the memes. "Y'all, messy as hell," she said. But fans noted she smiled extra hard when someone in the comments wrote, "Kendrick got the crown back." LeBron James, already fueling speculation, posted a second cryptic tweet. "Respect is earned, not bought." Ovation accused him of siding with Kendrick, while Kendrick's fans celebrated it like confirmation. Then came a wild twist that nobody saw coming. A former OVO affiliate, who claimed to have been cut off years ago, appeared on Clubhouse spilling tea. According to him, Drake had been aware of Luther weeks before it dropped. Someone in Kendrick's camp leaked it to him, the affiliate said. He knew, but he thought Kendrick wasn't going to pull the trigger yet. When it dropped, that's why he looked so blindsided. The claim was unverified, but it spread like wildfire, sparking new debates about who in Kendrick's circle could have tipped Drake off. Fans on Twitter turned into detectives, digging through old photos, interactions, and even playlists, trying to figure out who the mole could be. Some accused producers, others pointed fingers at old collaborators, and a few even claimed Top Dawg himself was playing industry chess. "This is bigger than music," one viral thread argued. "This is about strategy, power, and who really controls the narrative." In the middle of the storm, Kendrick appeared at another surprise event, this time in New York. Mid-performance, he paused and told the crowd, "I ain't hiding, I ain't running, I'm standing right here." The crowd erupted into deafening chants of "Crown, crown, crown." Clips of the moment went viral instantly, further cementing the idea that Kendrick was relishing the drama. Not backing down, Drake single quotes as silence became unbearable for his fans. Every day without a response was treated as another win for Kendrick. Even major outlets like Complex and Billboard ran articles titled, "Is Kendrick the New King?" And Drake's silence speaks volumes. The narrative was spinning fast, and OVO's grip looked weaker by the hour. But then the tide shifted again. On a late-night Twitter Spaces hosted by a popular DJ, an unreleased Drake snippet allegedly played. Fans in the space described the lines as cutthroat and personal. One line supposedly referenced Kendrick's hiatus directly. "You hide behind silence while I've been carrying culture. Now you crawling back." Fans who missed the spaces demanded receipts, but the clip mysteriously vanished before it could hit mainstream platforms. The mystery only heightened the drama. Kendrick single quotes as supporters fired back with their own theories, claiming OVO was deliberately leaking fake snippets to buy time while Drake scrambled to write. One Kendrick stan account tweeted, "They panicking, bro. Luther already shifted the culture. Drake just playing catch-up now," as if that wasn't messy enough. Rumors swirled that Kendrick had already filmed a follow-up video. Bloggers claimed it included cameos from other rappers who had previously clashed with Drake, hinting at an even bigger alliance forming. Fans speculated wildly, dropping names like Pusha T, Meek Mill, and even The Weeknd, whose history with Drake was already complicated by this point. Emotions weren't just high, they were boiling over. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds. Friendships online ended over stan wars. And even families argued at dinner tables about who really deserved the crown. On TikTok, one viral skit showed a fake therapy session where the therapist asked, "So who hurt you?" And the patient screamed, "Drake losing to Kendrick." The humor only underscored how deeply invested fans had become. And just when it looked like Drake might finally respond, another curveball landed. Screenshots leaked from an alleged OVO group chat, showing frustration among team members. One supposed message read, "He really caught us off guard. We gotta regroup." While skeptics doubted the authenticity, fans latched onto it as proof Drake's empire was shaking. OVO in panic mode trended overnight, with memes flooding every platform. Through all this, Kendrick stayed calm, almost smug. His silence on social media spoke volumes. Fans argued his lack of direct responses showed confidence, like he knew he had already won. Drake, on the other hand, looked cornered, damned if he responded, damned if he didn't. The rap game hadn't felt this electric in years. And as both camps plotted their next moves, one question burned brighter than ever. Was Kendrick's victory with Luther already sealed? Or was Drake about to unleash a response that would flip the script all over again? The pressure on Drake's camp was unbearable. Days had turned into weeks since Kendrick dropped Luther, and the internet wasn't letting OVO breathe. Every meme, every thread, every trending hashtag painted Drake as a dethroned king struggling to fight back. OVO fans begged for a response. But the longer the silence dragged, the more powerful Kendrick's position looked. And then, out of nowhere, another leak shook the culture. A blurry clip surfaced on TikTok showing what fans claimed was Drake inside a Toronto studio, pacing and holding his phone. In the background, a faint instrumental played. And someone whispered, "That's the Kendrick response." The clip went viral within hours, with fans slowing it down, boosting the audio, and swearing they could hear Drake spit a line. "You're reaching for crowns while I built M from stone." Skeptics called it fake, but the damage was done. Everyone now believed Drake had a diss locked and loaded. Kendrick's single quotes as supporters pounced immediately, mocking the alleged line. One viral tweet read, "Bro said he built the crowns." Kendrick built the whole kingdom. The back and forth fueled stan wars across platforms, turning every social media app into a battlefield. Families were arguing at barbershops. Fans were recording skits pretending to be Drake or Kendrick. And influencers cashed in by streaming live debates about who really ran the game, but behind the entertainment. Industry insiders whispered that things were getting messy in real life too. One anonymous producer claimed the competition wasn't just lyrical, it was personal. "These ain't just songs anymore," he told a gossip site. "This is ego, pride, and money on the line." When you talk about crown, you're talking about endorsements, tour money, and cultural influence. That's billions of dollars in the balance. The stakes were clear. This wasn't just two rappers fighting for bragging rights. This was about who truly ran the business of hip-hop. Then came a shocking twist. Kendrick's team allegedly received a cease and desist letter tied to visuals for Luther. According to leaks, Drake's lawyers claimed certain shots in the unreleased music video contained defamatory symbolism. Fans speculated wildly about what the shots were. Some swore it involved a crown sinking in water. Others believed it referenced ghostwriting scandals. And a few even claimed there was a sly nod to Drake's complicated relationships. Whatever the truth, the rumor alone reignited the narrative that Drake felt cornered. If he run into lawyers, he already lost, one fan wrote on Reddit, racking up thousands of upvotes. Meanwhile, Kendrick broke his silence during a radio interview, and fans dissected every word. When asked about Luther, he smirked and said, "The music speaks for itself." The truth always surfaces. The clip spread like wildfire. And Kendrick's calm, almost smug demeanor sent his fans into overdrive. "He knows he won," one tweet declared. "Look at that smile." But OVO wasn't going down without a fight. Not long after, OVO affiliates started posting cryptic stories. One close friend of Drake's posted a picture of a chessboard with the caption, "Next move." Fans instantly interpreted it as a teaser that Drake's response was imminent. Speculation reached fever pitch when a popular Toronto DJ tweeted, "Thursday is gonna be wild." As the internet braced itself, another layer of drama exploded. Screenshots leaked from what appeared to be private group chats between Kendrick fans and a supposed insider. The insider claimed that Kendrick wasn't done, that Luther was just part one of a 3-track assault. "He got more in the vault," the messages read. "Drake, don't even know what's coming. Don't even know what's coming." This rumor threw gasoline on an already raging fire. OVO fans panicked, wondering how Drake could counter not just one song, but potentially multiple hits lined up against him. Kendrick stans celebrated like it was already game over. Hashtags like #Kendrick3Peat and #Drake Panic Mode started trending in the midst of this chaos. A dramatic moment unfolded at a high-profile industry party in Los Angeles. Both Kendrick and Drake were rumored to be in attendance, though never photographed together. Reports claimed the atmosphere was tense, with entourages keeping their distance. One blogger wrote, "It felt like two kings in the same castle. Everybody else was just watching the energy." Eyewitnesses swore they saw Drake leave early, his expression tight, while Kendrick stayed until the end, laughing with other artists. And then came the most explosive fan theory yet. A viral YouTube video connected dots between Luther's lyrics and Drake's past controversies, suggesting Kendrick had layered hidden messages only hardcore fans could decode. The video hit 1 million views in a day, and even mainstream outlets covered it. One headline read, "Is Kendrick subliminally exposing Drake?" OVO fans pushed back hard, calling it a reach. But the narrative was too juicy for the internet to ignore. Celebrities couldn't resist adding fuel. Meek Mill, who had his own history with Drake, liked multiple Kendrick posts, sparking speculation he was taking sides. Pusha T posted a cryptic laughing emoji under a meme about Kendrick taking the crown. Even J. Cole, usually neutral, posted a picture of headphones with the caption, "Back to studying the craft," which fans interpreted as him leaning toward Kendrick's artistry. Drama spilled offline again when fans at a Kendrick pop-up in Oakland started chanting "Drake, who?" Videos of the moment went viral, racking up millions of views. OVO fans fired back, organizing their own campaign online with edits reminding people of Drake's chart dominance. Posting side-by-side stats of his records versus Kendrick's. The stan war became less about who was better and more about who could flood the timeline. Harder through it all, Drake remained silent. No official response, no direct posts, just cryptic moves from his camp. And the silence was killing OVO fans. Kendrick's side relished every second, framing the quiet as proof that their guy had already won. He dethroned him with one track, a viral tweet declared, getting tens of thousands of likes. But just as the narrative seemed locked, rumors of Drake's official response date started circulating. Insiders claimed it was set to drop within the week. OVO fans rallied, promising the internet was about to be flipped upside down once again. The countdown felt like New Year's Eve. For days, the internet had been buzzing with rumors that Drake was finally about to drop his response to Kendrick's Luther. OVO fans clung to the whispers, while Kendrick supporters mocked them with memes of Drake hiding in the studio. And then, late on a Thursday night, it happened. A new track hit streaming platforms out of nowhere. No promotion, no warning, just Drake's voice spitting venom over a dark beat. Fans went crazy. Timelines exploded with clips of the song. As OVO stans screamed, "The boy is back!" Kendrick's side immediately fired up, dissecting every bar. One of the opening lines set the tone. "You play the prophet while I'm the prophet." Numbers never lie. The jab was clear. Drake was framing himself as the consistent hitmaker, dismissing Kendrick's sudden surge back to the spotlight. But the song didn't stop there. Drake sprinkled in subliminals and outright shots, questioning Kendrick's hiatus, mocking his one album every 5 years pace, and even hinting at behind-the-scenes industry moves. "You waited on silence, I built empires while you ghost," he rapped. Igniting thousands of debates on Twitter, the internet immediately split in two. OVO fans called it a knockout punch, flooding comment sections with crown emojis and claiming Drake had reclaimed his throne. Kendrick fans, however, weren't buying it. Bars without soul, one viral tweet read, "This ain't shakin' nobody." The divide only deepened as fans uploaded side-by-side lyric breakdowns. Comparing Luther to Drake's new diss line for line, the drama escalated when Kendrick's producer posted a cryptic tweet. "We not done?" Fans interpreted it as a warning that Kendrick had more ammo ready. Rumors swirled that Kendrick already had a follow-up track recorded and could release it any moment. Memes of round 2 loading flooded TikTok, turning the beef into a spectacle. Industry insiders chimed in too. One anonymous exec claimed streaming services were already prepping for record traffic. Predicting this battle could become one of the biggest moments in rap history. "We talking about cultural earthquakes?" the exec said. "This ain't just rap. This is shaping the decade." As the dust settled from Drake's release, fans began noticing something strange. Within hours, clips of Kendrick allegedly filming in a studio surfaced online. Blurry but convincing, they showed him pacing with headphones, rapping passionately into a mic. "He cooking already?" fans screamed. Convinced Kendrick was crafting his counterattack. But here's where the plot thickened. Bloggers started dropping reports that Kendrick's next track wouldn't just be another diss. It would feature surprise guest verses. Names like Pusha T, Meek Mill, and even J. Cole were thrown into the mix, fueling speculation of a full-scale alliance against Drake. Whether true or not, the rumors alone were enough to keep fans glued to their screens. Drake, for his part, seemed unfazed publicly. He posted an Instagram story of himself sipping wine with the caption, "Back on my throne." But fans weren't convinced. Some claimed his eyes looked tired. Others said the post felt forced. OVO stans defended him fiercely. But the subtle cracks were there for everyone to analyze. Emotions ran high at live events too. In Houston, a Drake concert was interrupted when fans chanted Kendrick between songs. Drake smiled it off, but the clip went viral, with critics saying it showed just how deeply Kendrick's presence was being felt. A few days later, Kendrick made a surprise appearance at a charity event in Compton, where the crowd erupted into chants of Luther. Luther, both moments highlighted just how divided the fan base had become. Then came the most shocking twist yet. An alleged leak claimed Kendrick's team had receipts, old voice notes, text screenshots, even industry testimonies that would expose Drake in ways no diss track ever could. Fans debated endlessly about what these receipts might be, from ghostwriting confirmations to personal betrayals. Whether real or exaggerated, the rumor made Drake's supporters nervous, shifting the balance once again. As the back and forth dragged on, even other rappers started weighing in. Travis Scott posted a neutral emoji, but fans twisted it into picking sides. 21 Savage, often associated with Drake, posted a photo captioned "Loyalty over everything," fueling speculation he was standing by OVO. Meanwhile, Shaw liked a Kendrick post, sending her fanbase into meltdown mode. It felt like the entire industry was being forced to declare allegiance. The chaos reached boiling point when Kendrick finally dropped his counter-response. No teasers, no build-up, just a midnight release that sent the internet into overdrive. The track was razor-sharp, filled with biting bars, personal shots, and lines that fans swore were direct references to Drake's inner circle. "You counting streams while I count respect," Kendrick rapped, igniting endless debates over what truly defines the crown. The impact was immediate. Hashtags like #KendrickWon and #DrakeLost trended worldwide. Fans uploaded reaction videos of themselves screaming, crying, and even throwing chairs in excitement. Drake's fans fought back, but the cultural momentum leaned heavy toward Kendrick. By this point, the beef had transcended music. It was being covered on news outlets, late-night talk shows, and even debated in classrooms. One viral TikTok showed a college professor breaking down Kendrick's bars on a whiteboard. While students argued about Drake's legacy, another showed kids on a basketball court chanting Luther as they played. Families were still divided. One mom went viral for grounding her son after he yelled, "Drake fell off at the dinner table." In another clip, two cousins nearly fought over who deserved the title of king. The rap beef had become more than entertainment. It was a cultural war. As part 4 of this saga came to a close, one truth was undeniable. Kendrick Lamar's Luther had shaken the rap world to its core. And Drake's response, while powerful, only added more fuel to a fire that refused to burn out. The question wasn't just who held the crown now, it was whether the throne itself had changed forever. So here we are. After weeks of chaos, leaks, and nonstop speculation, the rap game has been turned upside down. Kendrick Lamar's Luther wasn't just another track. It was a cultural earthquake that reminded everyone why his pen still matters. From the moment it dropped, fans declared the crown had shifted. With hashtags trending and celebrities quietly picking sides, Drake did clap back, spitting sharp bars and defending his reign, but even that only added to the fire. The internet dissected every word. Stan armies went to war, and suddenly, what started as one surprise release had become the biggest rap drama of the decade. Emotions ran high, families argued, and the culture itself felt divided, and yet the story doesn't feel finished. Will Drake double down with another response? Does Kendrick have more tracks in the vault waiting to drop? Or will the industry itself step in, with other rappers throwing fuel on the flames? Right now, the silence is as loud as the songs. And fans know one thing: the next move could change everything. But what do you think? Has Kendrick officially snatched the crown with Luther? Or does Drake still hold the throne thanks to his consistency and dominance? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. We want to hear your theories. Smash that like button if you're just as shocked by how wild this battle has gotten. Hit subscribe if you want more insane rap drama. And don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss the next chapter. Because trust me, in the rap game, the drama never sleeps. And the untold truth is always just one track away.